Okay, this is the part-time prepper once again. My last video was 22 Winchester, I believe. Shit at the fan 1974 style. This is sort of like the follow-up. That was my first rifle, my little story behind it. And I'm going to do my first pistol, and we're calling it 32 Blast from the Past. As you can see, it almost looks like a new unboxing we're going to do here, but it is not new. It's far from it. In that first video, 1974, I talked about my coaxing my father. I was around 14, 15 into getting my first rifle. And back 1979, after seeing an ad in the paper, I had wanted a pistol for a while, but you know, I was under 21, and I felt lucky enough that I got the rifle at the time, so I didn't press any issues, and I decided to wait it out for a while, and I believe I was about 19, and I talked him into getting this. I had a friend who went into security after high school, and he had bought a Colt 357 revolver, and we were going target shooting with that at an indoor range at the time, and of course I had to pick up something, and what I got was this FEI automatic. I have the original papers here. It's Tanfoglio and Giuseppe, I believe, was made by. It was made in Italy. I don't know if you could see that too well. Imported by FIE in Miami. And let me show you. First we'll do a safety check. And there's the picture here. Get the magazine out. It's a 6-shot magazine. And we'll cock it back here. All empty. Just do that. What happened was, again, I was around 19 going on 20, and it took me till Christmas Eve, 1979. I'm going to give this to my famous hand model. Maybe she could show you a little closer there. Christmas Eve, 1979, he ended up breaking down and getting this for me since I was too young to purchase a handgun myself. At the time, I think you could see there, it was $119, which was a decent amount of money back in 1979. But it was my Christmas present, and it took me till after dinner on Christmas Eve to go down and purchase this item. Now my mother, as I said in the other video, was not too thrilled about guns. And you could take this. I hope you got a good view of that receipt. And she realized what this was. As the 22, she thought, like I said in the other video, it was like an overpowered BB gun. So she saw this, and she wasn't too thrilled. One thing I do like about this gun, as you can see, it's in very nice shape. It's got some cheap hand grips, but I do like this little rest for the thumb here. You can't see it there, but there it is there. Anyway, so I came home with the pistol, and my mother saw the ammunition. She did realize this time that this was a real gun. And this, lo and behold, is the original box that we bought. I don't know if you can get a close-up on this, but that's the original price, $9.50 for 50 rounds of Browning 71 grain 32 ACP. Now, you're probably wondering why that is still around. Well, what happened was we got home and she saw what we had gotten. There was no hiding things from her. And she took the ammunition on me. She took the ammunition and she hid it. So there I was with my 22 under my bed, and I put this in my desk, but I never had any ammunition for it. Here's one of the rounds here. It's a full metal jacket. So I never had any of the ammunition, and then basically about 4 years later, I'd gone to college, met my hand model wife, and we moved out. And of course, I took my 32 with me, and I bought my own ammunition by then. So many, many years later, upon helping my mother do some cleaning, I found the original box, and again, I decided just to keep it for sentimental value. So there's the original box of ammo. Now back to the gun itself, or the pistol. Now the only thing about this gun is, well, it's 32. They did come in 380. They came in 380 and 32 ACP. This gun is, I maybe took this out 8 or 9 times firing. And it'll always fire very well until maybe you're putting 30, 40 rounds through it. Then it has a history of stovepiping. It seems to definitely like brass ammo a lot better than aluminum or steel case, anything like that. It likes the brass, but it will still stovepipe after like 30, 40 rounds. You can almost count on it. And the one good thing is it's extremely easy to, there's 2 safeties on it, which I think maybe is one too many. You have a firing pin safety, you have a trigger safety. It is pretty easy to clean. All you got to do is cock it back, and the trigger safety here, you flip it over, you pull it all the way over, and you have your spring and your rod here in the front, your guide, your barrel, which is fixed here. So, I mean, it's not a big process to clean this weapon. Let me see, now I gotta get it back together. Okay. Take the safety out, there we go. It's a nice gun, and I do enjoy shooting it. I do enjoy the 32 ACP round. However, this is the type of gun, even though it does have sentimental value, I got it at Christmas time. It isn't my first, firearm. To me, to carry something 32, it just seems a little bit too light. Now, obviously, I would never want to be shot with a 32. However, one time we were at a friend's house shooting freshly cut logs about the size of a man's thigh. And we were like a good 20 yards away, 25 yards away, and a couple of the rounds, I must have shot 10 rounds, a couple of them did go through the log, or did penetrate, get somewhat into the log, but a couple of them actually bounced off the log. They dented it, but when I saw that, that's when I kind of figured that maybe 32 would be a little too small of a round to carry. But once again, I thoroughly enjoy it and would never want to be shot by one, but for me, I would want to carry something maybe 380 and above if I had to carry. This type of weapon, and I've seen it on YouTube before, people will talk about in a true SHTF scenario. This would be something if somebody really needed something, a loved one, a neighbor, maybe not so much a loved one, since it stovepipes after 30, 40 rounds and has to be cleaned. But if someone had nothing, that I would give that to them in a true scenario like that, because I just wouldn't. Nice gun, and actually it's fairly decent looking, but I wouldn't want to stake my life on this. So this is how it came. It just came in this box here, and actually they gave you a little cleaning supply there, and that's basically how it came. I believe the magazine was wrapped in this plastic. And so that was 32's first pistol, and I don't think I left nothing out. I actually keep it in a little Uncle Mike's holster, which it fits pretty nice in there. And I think this might be it for the blast from the past videos, at least for now. And we're going to do some prepping videos in the next few weeks, hopefully. And maybe get out to the range now that summer has sprung here. And I think that's about it. I think that's a wrap. Have a good day, and thanks for watching. And don't feel free to leave your comments or suggestions or anything else. Okay.
Is he still watching them? Missy, is that you? Well, that looks like no staff.
Grandma, are you going to get involved?